Singapore switches on biological computing rack with living human neurons. Singapore switches on biological computing rack with living human neurons. Singapore's news deployment is testing whether biological computing can become a lower power option for future AI and data center infrastructure. Image, News Medicine Day 1 Cortical Labs. News, Day 1, and Cortical Labs have deployed a 20-unit biological computing rack in Singapore using living human neurons alongside silicon hardware. Written by techrepublic staff. techrepublic staff. August 24, 2026. We may earn from vendors via affiliate links or sponsorships. This might affect product placement on our site, but not the content of our reviews. See our terms of use for details. A server rack in Singapore is processing information with living human neurons. News Medicine, data center operator Day 1, and Melbourne-based Cortical Labs have deployed a 20-unit biological computing rack at the National University of Singapore's Life Sciences Institute. The system went live July 16 and was formally unveiled August 17 after an August 6 demonstration for more than 80 guests. The installation brings biological computing into a live research environment as Singapore expands data center capacity while tightening energy efficiency requirements. News Medicine said the demonstration showed CL1 computing units, microelectrode array integration, and real-time neural network activity, while the Straits Times reported details of the system's operation and maintenance. How the biological computing rack works. Each CL1 combines living human neurons with silicon hardware and a microelectrode interface. The neurons grow across a chip that sends and receives electrical impulses, while Cortical Labs software creates a digital environment through which neural activity can interact with software. The biological component also requires life support. News technicians feed the cultures every 3 days, while the CL1 regulates their environment. Cortical Labs says the neurons can remain viable for up to 6 months. News describes the deployment as the world's first independently operated biologically integrated server rack. Cortical Labs' earlier dish-brain research connected human and rodent neurons to a simulated game of Pong. A peer-reviewed 2022 study reported apparent learning under closed-loop feedback but did not demonstrate general intelligence or readiness for enterprise workloads. News plans to explore drug discovery, neurological disease research, and biological modeling. Cortical Labs has also identified robotics, cybersecurity, and fraud detection as areas for further research. Singapore tests another path to lower power computing. Singapore is expanding data center capacity while tightening efficiency requirements. The Infocom Media Development Authority says at least 200 MW of additional capacity will be made available, with potentially more supported by new green energy pathways. Nearby, Johor's rapid data center expansion is already encountering grid, water, and capacity constraints. Advertisement. Lower energy use is central to biological computing's appeal, but its practical advantage remains unproven. Denser AI systems are also increasing power and cooling demands across data center infrastructure. News and Cortical Labs have not published an equivalent workload benchmark comparing the CL1's useful computing performance with GPUs or other processors. The International Energy Agency projects global data center electricity use will more than double from about 415 TWh in 2024 to about 945 TWh by 2030, with AI the largest driver of the increase. The new system remains a research deployment, not an enterprise alternative to conventional AI hardware. News said in March that validation work was intended to lead to deployment inside a Day 1 commercial data center in Singapore. Day 1 is also involved in a planned 360 MW AI data center in Batam, highlighting the broader infrastructure build-out around Singapore. Biological computing will need to demonstrate reliable workloads and measurable efficiency gains before it can move beyond research infrastructure.